How do everybody? Nice back here again, and today I've got another inbox review for you, and we're going to be looking at Hasegawa's A-4M Skyhawk in 1/48. Now this kit, it's not a brand new kit or anything like that, or a reboxing. It's just a really nice kit of the Skyhawk. Goes together quite well, I believe, and it's a really interesting little subject. So what I'll do, I'll put you on the overhead and we'll get cracking. So as always, we'll start with the instruction manual. Normal Hasegawa fare, okay, black and white. We go straight into it, okay. So you can see it's a fold-out one. Starting off with the cockpit assembly, as with any aircraft. So we've got the seat assembly, then the cockpit, then the duct assembly. So that's for the rear of the engine, so the jet outtake, or exhaust should I say. Then we've got the fans at the front. We've got the nose that goes on with 8 kilograms of weight, it says. Always add a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Then on this one, we start putting it together. Then we've got this spine part that goes on the aircraft. So it just goes and fits in that part there. It gives it that lump on the spine. We have intakes going on there, other bits and pieces. We've then got the flaps and the slats going on. Flap down position you've got over here with what looks like decals and paintings on there. Okay, so the different types. We've got the main wing assembly. Then we start looking at the undercarriage, so nose wheel, main wheels. Before moving on to the rear of the aircraft, putting on this arrestor hook. Then we've got the air brakes, as you can see there, and where the decals go if you have the air brakes open or closed. We've then got drop tanks and pylons going on. Before then we move on to adding the boarding ladder, the refueling probe and other bits and pieces in the canopy. As with all Hasegawa kits from this period, there are no weapons in this kit. You get drop tanks, you get the pylons, but you don't get anything else. So you'd have to look at for aftermarket for that, or even get the Hasegawa weapon set. We've then got the sprue map just here before we move on to the colour callouts, and we've got Mr. Hobby and Mr. Colour callouts just there. Switching it over, we're then looking at the different markings. So we've got bumblebees from September 1976. Then we've got black sheep from 1977. The side views, and then the bottom and the top views just there, like so. And then we just got a bit of the spiel. So that's the instructions. Moving straight into the plastic. Okay, so again, this kit, it's not a new kit, it's an older kit, so it won't be as refined as some of the modern ones, but it's still really nice. We've got out some engine intakes and bits and pieces on here. We've got the exhaust just there, and hopefully you can just see there's some nice detail in there. We've got the upper wings, some nice raised detail in these, I don't know what they're called, but basically they blast air over the actual control surfaces to give you, so you can get better control and better speed. Got some nice recess detail in these sort of like ports, where we put the slats on the front there. They're protected nicely by this big run of plastic just there, and again some other intakes and what have you. We then move on to the lower fuselage or lower wings, and then we've got the slats just there. And you can see we've got some nice detail actually in the wheel wells there, already molded in, so you'll be able to paint them sort of like piping and stuff like that. And again, we've got some nice recessed detail on the front of the wings just there. We've got one part control surfaces. We have our drop tanks parts just there, some other little pieces, and the wheels just here, one piece wheel, and we've got different hubs. So some nice detail on one side, and then we put the hubs in from the other side. I believe those are wheel hubs and not compressor fans or anything like that. We've got exactly the same on this sprue. Then we move on to some of the cockpit parts. So we have the nose wheel. Okay, we have the seat parts, just flip it over. Okay, nothing really major on there. We've got some more of the main undercarriage by the looks of it. A seat and cushion for the actual bang seat, and you can see you've got molded on detail on there. Some more fins, refueling probes, pylons, and all that sort of stuff on there. So yeah, nice little sprue. We've then got more parts. Again, we've got the nose, we've got the spine, the instrument panel. As you can see, there's some nice detail on the instrument panel. Okay, and on the spine, and on the actual nose themselves. Okay. We've then got the nose wheel and the cockpit all in one piece. Another spine bit there. We've then got some more exhaust parts, some more parts for the cockpit. Whether they'll be used or not, I'm not sure. A compressor fan. And then the intake fan. Okay, so again, some nice detail in the nose wheel and in the cockpit as well. Last but not least, of the grey sprues, we have the main fuselage. Okay, so two halves, but we've got a spine that goes over there. Again, it's two halves, but it should be fairly easy to sand them down and rescribe. Some riveting detail in the air brakes and on the other side as well of the air brake panels. Some nice fabric type texture in the cockpit walls just there. We've got little grills and blank off plates just here. So again, another really nice little sprue and some nice detail actually on the fuselage itself. Okay, nice refined, and I mean really refined panel lines. And move on to the clear parts. And some nice clear parts. Just the main issue, obviously it's got a seam line that goes all the way down the center, so that'll have to be dealt with and polished out. Last but not least, we move on to the decals. So these are Hasegawa decals, and very similar to Tamiya decals. They are, you can feel them, they're just quite thick. We have obviously these parts for on the main flaps and slats. I believe these go underneath, so the red bits are underneath where it's open, I believe. But I'll get to that when I start looking at building it. So that's Hasegawa's A-4M Skyhawk, and for a kit from 2000, so it's 24 years old now. It actually looks really, really nice, and this is one that I will be building. I think I'll be building quite soon, because I think it'd be a nice, simple build. I can't see it being any issues with it. I'd probably look at just maybe replacing the seat. The rest of it looks really, really nice, and I think it goes together fairly well. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think it goes together fairly well and makes a really, really nice looking A4. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.